Hello, dear students, good morning. Students, I think you remember it very well. We left the chapter here at the last word, rebukes. Though we had started reading this the passage also, but it had not been completed. So my dear students, let's start reading the remaining part of this chapter number first, which will appear in the question paper of the first unit test May 2020. Okay, bete. So what happened when the author had returned his home after completing his education, okay, from abroad? So in the evening, a change came over her. The family members, the author's family members, Khushwant Singh and his old family members noticed a different kind of feelings. Different kinds of feelings, different kind of feelings which were visibly appeared on the face of the older lady. It means in the evening a change came over her. Okay. In the evening hours, the old lady, Khushwant Singh's grandmother, looked totally changed in her nature and behavior, bete. Looked totally changed in her nature and behavior. She did not pray. First of all, the first symptom of her change appeared in the suspending of her prayer. She stopped singing the prayer. She collected the women of the neighborhood. She went to call her friends from her neighborhood. She collected the women from her neighborhood, got an old drum. She also arranged and managed an old drum, the drum which had been used for a long time, and started to sing. And she started to sing. She began singing, getting help of the women whom she had collected, whom she had called from their homes, from their houses. उन सभी महिलाओं की मदद लेकर के, उन सभी महिलाओं की प्रेजेंस में, in the presence of those old women, old ladies whom the author's grandmother had personally called from their homes, their houses, she started beating the drum and singing the songs. For several hours she thumped the sagging. For several hours, not for a single 1 minute, not for a single 1 hour, but for several hours continuously. Okay, for 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, for several hours, she thumped. She continued beating. She continued beating the drum with the help of her palm, with the help of her hands. Okay, the sagging skins of the dilapidated drum. Dilapidated drum means, I had already explained the meaning. The drum which had been partly damaged and whose skin had also hung down. The drum which had been partly damaged and whose skin had also hung down. And it was not that the drum did not look to be used any longer, but the old lady continued thumping like this, thumping. जैसे बाजा नहीं बजाते, ढोलक बजाते, ढोलक पर थाप लगती है, उसी तरह से उसको थप्पी लगाती रही, थाप मारती रही, उसको बजाती रही बेटा. And sang of the homecoming of warriors, and she also continued singing the songs concerning to the homecoming warriors, fighters, warriors. ओके, लौट कर आने वाले योद्धाओं के सम्मान में जो गीत गाए जाते थे, घर लौट कर आने वाले योद्धाओं के सम्मान में जो गीत गाए जाते थे, वो गीत उसने अपनी सहेलियों के साथ बैठ करके गाने जारी रखे काफ़ी घंटों तक. वी हैड टू परसुएड हर. बेटा, परसुएड इज ए वर्ब, टू मेक समबॉडी एग्री, टू डू समथिंग. किसी व्यक्ति को काम करने के लिए सहमत करना, उसके लिए परसुएड होता है. टू प्लीज समबॉडी, टू कंसोल समबॉडी. We had to persuade her to stop to avoid overstraining. Overstraining means exertion, tiredness. All the members of the author's family tried their best to persuade the old lady, not to beat the drum continuously, not to beat the drums so long, so otherwise she would get surely exhausted and tired. We had to persuade her to stop to avoid overstraining. All the persons of the author's family had to persuade had to make the old lady agree not to strain her body, not to exhaust her body, not to exert her body, saying that she would fall sick if she continued playing the drum, continued beating the drum, thumping the drum. उन्होंने कहा कि दादी माँ बहुत थक जाओगी, अपने शरीर को क्यों थका रही हो, इस प्रकार से तुम इस बाजे को बजाती रहोगी, ढोलक को बजाती रहोगी तो थक जाओगी. That was the first time since I had known her that she did not pray. It was the first time when Khushwant Singh had seen something different in the nature and behavior of his grandmother, and it was the unexpected breakdown in the continuously singing of the prayers, saying the prayers, because he had never expected that his grandmother would ever stop singing the prayer, and she had stopped. She did not pray. The next morning she was taken ill. On the very next day, in the morning hours, she was found in sick condition. She fell seriously ill. It was a mild fever. The word mild means normal, not so high temperature. With not so high temperature, mild fever. Normal fever. It was a mild fever, and the doctor told us that it would go. When the doctor was called to check the temperature of the body of the grandmother, he told that there was no need to get afraid of anything because it was a normal fever and it would be treated very easily. It would leave, it would go. But my grandmother thought differently, but at the same time when the doctor spoke those words, author's grandmother took the words in different way. उसने कहा नहीं ऐसा कुछ नहीं है, मेरा बुखार है, मैं जानती हूँ कब उतरेगा, कैसे उतरेगा. She told us that her end was near. Oh, such kind of announcement was made by the grandmother of the author, saying it that she knew it very well that her end had been very near. वो जानती थी इस बात को कि मेरा अंत जो है वो बिल्कुल समीप आ गया है. She said that since only few hours before the close of the last chapter of her life, the last chapter of her life stands for the death of her life, end of her life, she had omitted to pray. She said that since only a few hours before the close of the last chapter of her life, she had omitted to pray. Before she met her death, before she met her end, the grandmother had spoken the words, saying it that she knew it very well that her end was very near, and she had also stopped singing the prayers. She was not going to waste any more time talking to us. She had also stopped talking to any one of the family members because she did not want to say anything to the family members at that time. वो कहता है, खुशवंत सिंह कहता है, मेरी दादी माँ ने न केवल अपनी गुरबानी पढ़ना बंद कर दिया था, लेकिन साथ में ही उसने जाना हम सभी लोगों से बातचीत करना बंद कर दिया. तो उसने कह दिया था मुझे पता है, इस डॉक्टर को कुछ नहीं पता है, मैं जानती हूँ कि मेरे साथ क्या होना है. वी प्रोटेस्टेड मीन्स ऑब्जेक्टेड टू. वो कहता है कि हमने विरोध किया, अपोज्ड किया, बट शी इग्नोर्ड आवर प्रोटेस्ट. बट वॉट एवर we said in opposition to her words, she strongly protested. She strongly ignored. She strongly ignored our voices and our protests. हमने जो कुछ भी उसका विरोध करके कहा कि दादी माँ नहीं ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं है, आप अभी थोड़ी मर जाओगी इतनी जल्दी से, लेकिन उसने हमारी बात को नहीं माना. She lay peacefully in bed praying and telling her beads. When we noticed what the grandmother was doing, so we found that she was lying in her bed quite peacefully, quite silently, and she was telling her beads, the beads of her rosary. Round shaped जो गोले मणियाँ होती उसके लिए लगाता है beads. Even before we could suspect, her lips stopped moving. By the time Khushwant Singh's family members suspected something, they found that her lips had stopped moving and the rosary fell from her lifeless fingers, and the rosary, that the garland, had also fallen down to the ground from her lifeless fingers. A peaceful pallor stands for here, a yellowish color, spread on her face. They also noticed that her face had also turned into yellow color, and we knew that she was dead, and they had concluded that द ग्रैंड मदर दैट द ओल्ड लेडी हैड मेट हर डेथ। उनको समझ में आ गया कि जब इस प्रकार से सब हो गया, उसकी माला नीचे गिर गई है, उसने कुछ भी पढ़ना बोलना बंद कर दिया है, उसके चेहरे पर बिल्कुल पीलापन उतर गया था, एकदम पीला रंग आ गया था, तो उन्होंने समझ लिया था कि हाँ दादी माँ मर चुकी है। ओके, वी लिफ्टेड हर ऑफ द बेड, पिक्ड अप फ्रॉम द बेड। उन्होंने कहा कि हमने अपने दादी माँ की मर्द शरीर को उसकी चारपाई से ऊपर उठाया। एंड एज इज कस्टमरी, एज पर द ट्रेडिशन ऑफ द सोसाइटी, लेड हर on the ground, and the dead body of the grandmother of the old lady was placed on the ground very safely and covered her with a red shroud. The word shroud stands for winding cloth that is used to cover the dead body of a person. कफन बोलते हैं उसको बेटा, वाइंडिंग पीस ऑफ क्लॉथ या वाइंडिंग क्लॉथ बोला जाता है, लपेट करके जो बांधा जाता है। लॉन्ग पीस ऑफ वाइट क्लॉथ और रेड क्लॉथ, वट एवर क्लॉथ इट कुड बी, वट एवर कलर इट कुड हैव, लेड हर ओके ऑन द ग्राउंड एंड कवर्ड हर विद ए रेड श्राउड। लाल रंग की कफन के साथ में हमने उसके मर्द शरीर को लपेट दिया। आप उसके मर्द शरीर के चारों तरफ हमने लाल रंग का एक कफन जो होता है, कपड़ा जो होता है, उसकी अपनी कोई साड़ी वगैरह थी, उसकी अपनी कोई भी जो ओढ़ने पहनने की जो भी वस्त्र था उसको उन्होंने लपेटा, या फिर बाजार से भी ले आते हैं नया वस्त्र। आफ्टर फ्यू आवर्स ऑफ मॉर्निंग, मॉर्न इट इज नोन एज मॉर्न। Mourn means expressing grief, expressing sad and sorrow over the death of a person. Cry in pain, weep in pain. When the family members had wept for a long time over the death of the author's grandlady, of the grandmother, author's grandmother, they left her alone to make arrangements. Here the word has been used as we. We left her alone to make arrangements for her funeral. When they had all expressed their grief and they had wept for a long time over the death of the lady, they finally left her quite alone there on the ground to make some other kinds of arrangements for her last funeral procession. जो शव यात्रा होती है उसके लिए जो भी व्यवस्थाएं की जाती हैं, अर्थी वगैरह तैयार की जाती है, उस प्रकार की व्यवस्था उन्होंने की। In the evening we went to her room. It was the time of evening when all the family members of the author went to her room with a crude stretcher. Beta, crude stretcher stands for here unskilled stretcher. The word stretcher stands for here unskilled. The word stretcher means here प्लेटफॉर्म। बेटा अनस्किल्ड वुडन प्लेटफॉर्म होता है, वुडन प्लेटफॉर्म। ओके, एक लकड़ी का बनाया हुआ जो है ना, जैसे दो लकड़ी के साथ साथ में वो जो लकड़ियाँ लगा करके बीच में और कुछ फट्टे वगैरह लगा करके, फट्टा मीन्स कोई और लकड़ी से लगा करके वो अर्थी बना दी जाती है, उसके लिए आता है वुडन क्रूड स्ट्रेचर। अर्थी बनाना विद ए क्रूड स्ट्रेचर, काठ की लकड़ियों की हमने उसकी अपनी अर्थी बनाई। टू टेक हर टू बी क्रीमेटेड, क्रीमेट स्टैंड्स फॉर रेड्यूस्ड टू एसिड and we took her in order to take her to be cremated at the burial place, जहाँ पर वो दफनाने की जगह होती है, सॉरी जलाने की जगह होती है, जो सिमेट्री प्लेस होती है उसको सिमेट्री बोलते हैं। सिमेट्री मीन शमशान भूमि जिसको कहा जाता है, उस शमशान भूमि में उस लेकर जाने के लिए। दोबारा देखो, इन द इवनिंग वी वेंट टू हर रूम विद ए क्रूड स्ट्रेचर when the time of afternoon had passed and the time of evening had started. The members of the author's family, okay, went to her room with a wooden platform, unskilled wooden platform, so that her dead body could be laid down there on that wooden stretcher to take her to be cremated, to take her to the burial place, okay, to take her to the cemetery place. The sun was setting. The sun was to take her to the cemetery. The word cemetery stands for here a place where the dead bodies of the person are buried, or the dead bodies of the human beings are burnt. Okay. The sun was setting at the time. The sun was setting. The sun was going down to its horizon. धीरे धीरे वो अपने क्षितिज की तरफ नीचे जा रही थी, सूर्यास्त होता जा रहा था, and had lit her room and veranda with a blaze of golden light, and one could see the golden sun rays which had illuminated the veranda and a room, okay, at that time. रात शाम के समय जो सुनहरी सी जो रोशनी थी, जो सूर्य का जो प्रकाश था वो सुनहरा कलर का हो जाता है, तो सूर्य का प्रकाश उसके कमरे में और बरामदे के अंदर जो कि तो दिखाई पड़ रहा था. ओके, ऑल ओवर द वरांडा एंड we stopped halfway in the courtyard street prayer compound. While carrying her dead body to the cemetery, they also stopped only for some moments in the halfway in the courtyard, all over the veranda and in her room. Okay, right up to where she lay dead and stiff wrapped in the red shroud. Thousands of sparrows sat scattered on the floor. They also noticed that thousands of sparrows had come down there and had gathered there, had sat down all around her dead body. Okay, and they had also, in order to express their condolence, in order to express their sorrow and grief over the death. There was no chirping. Not a single sparrow was chirping there at that moment. We felt sorry for the birds. Looking at the birds, they really felt so much sorry, because they had also come down there in order to express their grief over the death of the lady. And my mother brought some bread for them, in order to follow the same custom and tradition, okay, of feeding the sparrows, which the author's grandmother had applied. The author's mother, Khuswant Singh's mother, brought some bread from her home in order to feed the sparrows. She broke it into little crumbs and pieces. She also broke the bread into little pieces, the way my grandmother used to, in the same manner, and threw it to them. And she also threw the little bits of the bread towards the sparrows, so that they could eat the bread and fly away. The sparrows took no notice of the bread. All the sparrows which had gathered, assembled, and sat down there all around the dead body of the old lady, of their friend, of their beloved departed soul, they took no notice of the bread. None of the sparrow looked at the pieces of the bread as thrown by Khuswant Singh's mother towards them. When we carried my grandmother's corpse stands for a dead body off. When they again picked up the dead body and started carrying the dead body to the cemetery, they flew away quietly, finding it out that the dead body of their beloved, of their fast friend, of their so dear friend, was being carried for the last rituals. So all the sparrows flew away from there in a silent manner, quite silently. Next morning, the sweeper swept the breadcrumbs into the dustbin. On the morning of the very next day, the sweeper, okay, swept the breadcrumbs. The sweeper picked up all the pieces of the bread which had been thrown by the author's mother to the sparrows, okay, into the dustbin. The sweeper picked up all the pieces of the bread and put them into the dustbin. Okay, so now the story has been completed by us. We have read the first chapter, bete, and the second chapter would be started by us in the next lecture. I would also like to give you some important explanation in written form regarding the first chapter. Thank you, bete. One more thing, bete, which I would like to share with you here. I would like to give you the answer to this all questions in written form, and if you think so then I can also provide you some written material, okay, concerning to the nature and behavior of the author's grandmother and the activities of the old lady and some many more things in written form, because it is quite mandatory. And if you get such kind of written material from my side, you will be able to write down the answer to each and every question very confidently on the basis of your self understanding, bete. So bete, one thing which I want to share with you here, the chapter has been completed by us. So now it is to be observed by you, assessed by you on your part, whether you have understood each and everything very clearly or not. In this chapter we came to know we came to know about a number of things concerning to relating to the life and activities of the author's grandmother, who was really a very religious lady, who was of course not only a sensible lady but religious, generous, sympathetic, loving, kindly, cooperative, friendly, obedient, punctual, dutiful. Okay, so many adjectives could be added to her life, and she really deserved to have so many adjectives because she always acted just like a very sincere, very respectable lady in her life till she met her death. And she never spoke any word, okay, which to hurt the feelings of others. She always cooperated, not only the author, her lovely grandson, but each and every those persons who came into her contact. She really passed her time in extreme peace and silence. She never reacted so angrily whenever anything went against her expectations. So actually, each and everything was taken by her, okay, in with a very with much with extreme patience, with extreme patience and tolerance. And she she only objected to those things which had gone against her feelings and expectations. For example, for instance, when the author told her that he had started learning English and the music and some science related subjects at his new school, so she did not like all the subjects, and she felt that she should not say anything to her grandson because it was a question of his career. And if she had no interest in those all things, she kept herself quite silent. But her silence meant disapproval. It is written in the chapter. The author also wrote it, but I think the lady was really very sensible. She did not want to break the heart of any person, okay, being so much emotional, and she followed her duties very sincerely right from the beginning of her life till the end of her life. In each and every phase of her life, she proved herself a very sensible lady. But the facts should be taken out by you from the chapter, and you should learn them very nicely. Okay, kindly keep yourself fully connected to this chapter and revise it thoroughly. Thank you.